Welcome to RP Hub. In this video, we'll discuss about detail in UiPath, which is a robotics process automation tool accepted by globally, and various organizations are regularly using. Because of that, this tool is having very high demand. Once you launch this tool, you will find it out different sections in the left panel, which is open, close, start. If you want to start any specific component templates, which all templates are already there, like recently used template, and which all templates you can use it for your projects. You can find it out background process, mobile testing project, orchestration process, robotics enterprise framework, which is by default created. You can select and use this template for creating your use case or project in UiPath. Teams, in the team section, you will upload or clone your repository directly into the Git. If you want to copy any sections from the Git, you will directly copy it from here. Git init, you can do that, then disconnect and change signature is also there. Inside the tool section, you will find it out apps, which is listed here. You can also add some other apps or third-party apps directly here. Then extensions. So which all extensions already installed in the system, you will find it out this icon. And if you have not yet installed any specific drivers or the extension about the browser, you can simply use this section to install UiPath extensions. In the settings panel, you will find out general, design, locations, manage sources, license and profile, team and labs. Help section is basically very important component when you are using this component. If you want to know about the product documents, you can search it from here. Community forum, you will use it for your necessary queries or to get answer about your queries. Help Center will help you to browse their online resources portal or contact supports. Academy is basically a very important part when we are using UiPath. So if you want to become a certified UiPather, you can enroll it from here. Release notes, which all releases are already there inside the market, you can jump directly from here. Take a short survey, you can select it from here. And quick tutorials, if you want to learn about more about any specific activities or the components, you can directly jump it to here. Now, coming down to the this tool, the left panel contains projects where you can download dependencies. So if you want to update or add some dependencies, you can simply right click on this and click on manage. Which all dependencies are already there, you'll find it out in this. And if you want to install any other dependencies, you can simply write the name of the dependencies. So let's say I'm writing web, you'll find it out the activities which is or dependencies which is available with the name web. Simply select this and click on install. It will take few seconds and this component will be installed inside your dependencies panel. Apart of that, you can also add dependency from the managed packages. Same window will appear for you and you can add the various dependencies from here. Now, if you want to use any services, you can add any services here like cloud-based services or database services. You can directly include it here. Entities. If you want to use data services or different entities, you can add it to here or connect your entities directly to here, which will give you a more closeness or we can connect directly with your data services entities. Settings panel, you can add your settings or whatever settings is already there, you can use it. And even if you don't want to use the existing settings, you can simply go and create your own settings panel and you can use it or utilize for your long term. Here you will find it out test case.yaml file is here. You can add n number of YAML file and project.json file, which will help you to create a good project or good use case for your requirement. This is the name of the this is the name of the your project which we have created right now. So in the dependency channel, you can simply click on these sections and it will be hidden for everything. Now, inside the activities, you'll find out different activities. Let's say if you want to use assign activity, you simply drag and drop in the sections and this activity is available for you. If you want to search any of the activities, simply write the name of your activities. Let's say if you want to use the try and catch block, simply write try and you can just simply drag and drop this activities will be here. Even you can double click on that. This activity will be directly added inside your coding panel. This is a coding panel where you can add your arguments, variables, inputs, and different activities you can drag and drop and make your code useful for creating a use cases as well as creating any specific projects. Post installing these dependencies, you'll find it out different activities are available. If you want to add any dependencies related to SAP activity, which you are not able to see inside the activities panel, simply go and install that activity and you will find it out different SAP related components are added in this activity panel. You can minimize it on the different sections. Like if you want to use app indications related activities, simply go into web and you can drag and drop this activity in HTTP request and you find out these are very helpful, or without doing any coding, you can drag and drop the responses. Simply write the components here and you can use it for the long term or for your use case. You can also use computer vision related activities, which is already listed. Several activities are here. When we are installing any dependencies or activities, we have two sections. One, which is directly created by the UiPath, and other, which is created by third party or the person who has developed it with that name, it will be available. So it's always recommended to use the activities which is created by UiPath itself. These sections are basically called as menu sections, where you will find it out if you want to add any sequence, flowchart, state machine, global handler, and test cases. Simply click on these sections and this component will be added for you. Let's say if I want to create a flowchart, I will click on this, add the name of the flowchart, define the locations, and when I will click on the create, this new flowchart will be created for me. Now, this section is saving for simple sequence of the flowchart, or if I want to save the complete flowchart, simply I will click on save and all, and this sections will be saved for me. Export as a template. So if you want to export any specific activities or the flowchart or the sequence, simply click on this and you can export and save it to your desired location. So whenever you want to export any of the use cases, you can simply click on this and this template will be exported for you. Now we have cut, copy, paste, undo, and redo options. When you will select these activities, you will find out these sections are enabled. Manage packages, I've already covered it. Manage entities is basically similar like what we have discussed in entities. Same thing is available here. So when you will click on the entities, if you want to add or update your manage entity sections, which is directly connected with your UiPath data services, you can use it. If you want to update, simply click on refresh and that component will be added for you. Click on save and your entities panel will be updated. Now, new services. If you want to add any link or the components, you can simply click on this, add the locations or the server locations and click on load. That component will be added with your namespace. Recording. Recording has having various sections like basic recording, desktop recording, web-based recording, image, native and secrets, and computer vision. So these are basically used for recording our steps. So let's say if you are performing any actions on website or any web-based applications, simply you can use these sections depending on your component. So let's say if you are using web-based recording, differently you can go and select web. Or if you are using any simple application, basically you can use basic recording. So these all are relevant with the different types of applications. Whatever types of application you are using, select accordingly your recording. Screen scraping is basically scraping your selectors or components or whatever actions you want to select it. So this is basically used for scraping of your content. Data scraping is used for scraping of your data. User events you can use on click elements, on keyboard elements, on click image, monitor mouse, monitor keyboard. Apart of that, there's several other user events are also there. Even you can create your own customized event. Similar like this, you can also create your customized library as well as activity. Post creating that, you can upload it and use that activities for your long-term project. UiPath Explorer is a very important part when we are working on the UiPath. Here, UI Explorer will help you to get your selectors and different aspects when we are doing automations or when we are doing or when we are working on use cases. Remove unused fields. So once you will select this field, whatever data or field is not we are using or we have not used inside our project, it will directly remove it from our repository. Now, analyze file. So if you want to analyze different sections about your file, you can use the sections. If you want to export the complete flow or sequence, you can simply click on this and export to Excel. So once I'll add the name and click on save, this activity or the sequence will be saved inside your local folder. You can also upload into your network folder as well. Now, if you want to export or the publish the complete component, simply click on this publish and provide the locations and this component will be published for you. When we are selecting any activities, you will find out expand or and collapse sections is also there, which is helping us to do the coding in a very easy format. You can also find it out different sections like object repositories, properties panel, outline. These sections are listed here. So if you want to see the complete resources, you can find it out here. Then the activity coverage. So let's say if I'm more interested into the assign activity, simply we have these two options. Let's say if I want to use HTTP request on the properties, you can find it out or OAuth2, OAuth1 options, messages, then input, common, these all fields are available here. We have to customize it and use it according to our requirement. Object repositories are basically we are managing our packages and project settings, which is very helpful when we are working on big projects. Now, post this, we have debug options where you can debug each and every steps of your code when you are doing executions. So you can also find out a step into, step over, step out. These all fields are basically used to track whatever defects or breakdowns you are having. So let's say if I'm running a complete project and I'm finding or my execution is not completing properly. So where these errors are available, we can simply use this field and use find it out the actual location where our code is throwing an issue. Then here you will find a different output sections, error list, find references, and breakpoints are available. So breakpoints are basically used when we are using debug or UiPath debug functionality. So this is all about small introduction about the UiPath tool. Hope you liked it. If you really enjoyed the session, don't forget to press thumbs up icon and add your comments in comment section so that this will be helpful for us to improve our contents. Thank you for watching.